Hello my friends and welcome back. I'm Chiscool Gaming, and in today's video, sponsored by the makers of Civilization, Eras, and Allies, I want to talk about this very important map feature. They're called Barbarian Ruins, and when you capture them, there's a bunch of benefits which we need to talk about. Now, I'm playing the game in the Asia Pacific regional launch, but if you want to pre-register for the game, or you want to use a VPN and can download now, or you're in Asia Pacific, use the link down below. You can download the game or pre-register for the global launch, which I'm definitely looking forward to. So let's lock back in here. What is a barbarian ruin? Well, big picture, a barbarian ruin is something you can capture to relocate your city for free. And it lets you improve a bunch of the nearby tiles beyond just the tiles you've already gone and improved. So if that wasn't compelling enough, let me show you money where my mouth is, that although that tile has been captured and they've not relocated their city yet, I've actually relocated on top of a barbarian ruin right here. Now, I'll put the video on screen of when I captured this, but big picture, here's how you take one of these things. First, you're going to pave your way toward the barbarian ruin that you want to capture so that you ultimately have a tile next to it. From there, you'll build an airport, and you're going to use that airport to restation armies and air bombers without reducing your morale. Then you're going to attack the ruin to deplete its endurance. After, of course, you face off with the elite barbarians stationed inside the ruin. You defeat them. And you may end up needing multiple armies to attack the Barb Ruin. That'll make it a bit easier if your main lineup is struggling. Also remember to use those air bombers to reduce the endurance of the ruin even faster, and keep an eye out for the elite barbarian guards that may be stationed outside. If they decide to attack you and you're not careful, you may end up needing to try your attack run all over again. Now, once you defeat the elite barbarian armies, reduce the endurance of the ruin down to 0, you can capture it, and now you can relocate on top of that spot. You can do this for your capital, and only the last player, by the way, to hit the ruin will gain access to it. So definitely be on the lookout for griefing. It could happen. Okay. Now, again, relocation onto that spot will cost no gold, which is a huge win. Now, after you relocate on top of this thing, you can improve tiles within a 5-tile radius of the ruin, now your city center, that does not count toward your tile limit. So I have a improved tile limit of 40, and I can go beyond that within a 5-tile radius of my city center, which is pretty cool. And you can see here, like, I've done these improvements. Pretty freaking huge. The only thing that's a little bit weird about this particular spot that I'm in is that I've got this like water feature bordering me. So obviously, like, there's less tiles that would have even been like a candidate for upgrading, because it's just, I got water. I got water features all around me here. Okay. I wonder if there's a cool way that I can show you that this was in fact at one point a barbarian ruin. Oh yeah, there it is. You can see, think that I targeted the barbarian ruin. Maybe. Let's see here. Oh, that's the elite barbarian army. Here's the barbarian ruin. Confirm. Yeah, you can kind of see. Anyways, there's a couple things that I want to share with you here. As I mentioned, you can improve tiles within a 5-tile radius of your city center that don't count toward your improved tile limit, but the downside is that you're still capped at 15 tech ruins in total. And you can only improve tech ruins up to level 8 unless you start with a base level of 9. So you're still going to want to like capture level 9 plus ruins for tech. This sort of extra upgrades here are not going to supplant that. And, you know, ideally all 15 of your tech ruins, okay, are going to be level 9 plus tiles, right? Now, if you lose this tile, in other words, if you get conquered, okay, or you go somewhere else, what happens? So your city will be teleported out automatically after you're defeated. I believe that you go back to your starting zone is where you get relocated to. The Barb Ruin itself will be transferred to the new owner. And if you relocate away or are conquered by any other player, again, the tile improvements in the surrounding area are reset to their original level before you captured those tiles. So if I relocate, all these sweet improvements around here, they're just going to disappear. It goes back to the base level of the tile. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yep. Let's see here. Just cruise around here. Improved tiles. There, you can see it all the way up on the left. Within 5 tiles of a capital on Barbarian Ruins do not count toward tile improvement. I wanted to make sure that I got you that menu. It's actually kind of insane how OP that is, right? Actually kind of nuts. So a couple tips here, okay? Tip number 1 is you should use Barb Ruins to relocate when you enter into a new zone. You use your lower lineups to capture the tiles near the Barb Ruin to save your AP, and then use your main lineup to improve all the tiles around it after you capture it. That's one strategy. Tip number 2 is to remember that while you're doing this, you can slowly get rid of lower tech ruins to capture higher level tech ruins, which you want to get those level 9s on the map so that you're getting rid of level 8 and lower, and the lower ones should be, the goal is obviously like to get as much insight stacking up as possible from your ruins. And I'm in a pretty good spot for that, truthfully. Yeah, my ruins are absolutely freaking bumping, right? Look at it. Hey, look. So money where my mouth is, okay? All level 9 ruins. Every single one of them. All right? Money where my mouth is. And after you do my tip number 1 and tip number 2, you get a ruin, or rather a Barbarian Ruin, and you're shredding your low level tech ruins for high level tech ruins. Then go in and improve your RSS, so your resource tiles on the map, or capture even higher resource tiles as you progress forward. But like obviously when you get into a new zone, there's going to be a lot of stuff that you can go and take. Being one of the first ones in there to get some of that stuff, especially those tech ruins, are going to be probably pretty competitive. Yeah, you're going to want to rush your way to those, all right? If you enjoyed the vid, throw a like on here, subscribe. As I get a look around here, there's honestly a lot to talk about. I need to make a video about how we captured Babylon, so that's coming soon. You're not going to want to miss that one. We've got the center objective. Our alliance is honestly kind of like dominating. I don't know how much of this map we're going to take, but like you can see there's not much that is owned by someone other than us. And that's credit to the people that I'm playing with. That really has very little to do with me, quite frankly. Normally, when I play one of these games, I am the person organizing the group, and thankfully that is not me this go-round. So here you can see a Barb Ruin that's got the elite Barbarian Guards still undefeated, but the Barbarian Ruins themselves have been captured by this player. They could relocate there, I guess, if they wanted. And in fact, you could also see they've got this tile next to it, which, you had to have to launch the attacks, obviously. I feel like you want to take out those elite barbarians after you actually take the thing. Call me crazy. Are there some other spots I can show you? I really wanted to show you some spots where there is maybe I can just go into some other zone. There's the elite barbarian with the neighboring stuff. Let me see if we scroll around and I can find it. There's gotta be somewhere I can find one of these. I might even scroll right past it. This is called being stream blind, okay? Happens to the best of us. Oh, here's the menu on free relocation. So after the fort of an elite barbarian is destroyed, it turns into a Barb Ruin. Yeah, okay, we covered this. Special improvement can be done within a 5 radius sight range, will not count toward the limit. If a player is conquered, their capital is launched to a random location. They'll be transferred to the player that delivered the final blow. Yeah, cool. We covered all this stuff. Nice. All right, we got it all, chat. I did everything I wanted to do. You enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. If you're looking for other videos with tips and tricks, check the cards in the end screen. Thank you again to the makers of Civilization, Eras, and Allies for sponsoring this video. And until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies. Take care, everybody.